Have you ever wondered what true self-sacrifice looks like? Imagine risking and then giving your very life so another could live. Today on the feast of Saint Maximilian Kolbe, we journey into the extraordinary story of a man who did exactly that. Maximilian Kolbe was born as Raimund Kolbe in 1894 in Poland, into a deeply devout Catholic family. Even as a child, Raimund was drawn to prayer and stories of the saints. One formative moment occurred when, after a scolding from his mother, he turned to Mary in prayer. He later described how the Blessed Virgin appeared to him, offering two crowns, one white for purity, the other red for martyrdom. He accepted them both, a decision that would define his path for life. Inspired by a burning love for Christ and the Virgin Mary, Kolbe entered the conventual Franciscan order as a teenager, taking the name Maximilian. He was intellectually gifted, earning doctorates in philosophy and theology, but it was his zeal for evangelization that set him apart. Kolbe believed in the power of media to spread the gospel, founding the Militia Immaculatae, an apostolic movement dedicated to the Blessed Mother, and launching influential publications and a radio station. Maximilian's accomplishments were vast. He established a thriving Franciscan community near Warsaw, known as Niepokalanów, that became one of the largest monasteries in the world. Ever passionate about spreading faith, he even journeyed to Japan as a missionary, founding a monastery near Nagasaki that remarkably survived the atomic bombing. But the world changed with the outbreak of World War II. As the Nazi regime seized Poland, Maximilian's community became a refuge for thousands of displaced people, including many Jews. Eventually, Kolbe was arrested and sent to the notorious Auschwitz concentration camp. There, amid suffering and cruelty, his faith only deepened. It was in Auschwitz that Maximilian Kolbe's ultimate act of Christ-like love unfolded. When a fellow prisoner, a father and husband, was sentenced to death by starvation, Kolbe stepped forward to take his place. For 2 weeks, he led the other condemned men in prayer and hymns, bringing hope in the darkest of places. He died on August 14, 1941, after receiving a lethal injection, leaving behind a legacy that the world would never forget. Saint Maximilian Kolbe is especially honored today as the patron saint of drug addicts, those suffering from drug addiction, families, prisoners, and journalists. His life and sacrifices embody hope for those struggling with dependency, unity for families in hardship, consolation for those behind bars, and courage for journalists who seek truth and justice. Through his powerful example, countless people in these walks of life find inspiration and an intercessor who understands suffering and perseverance. As we reflect on the courage and faith of Maximilian Kolbe, ask yourself, how are you called to love, to sacrifice, and to make a difference, no matter the cost? Let his example move you not just to admiration, but to action. Stand up for faith, for dignity, and for the most vulnerable. Like Saint Maximilian Kolbe, choose love, even when it requires everything. Saint Maximilian Kolbe, pray for us.